Boruto Tubula Vortex Chapter 19 focuses on Matsuri and Ryu versus the Shinobi, and I have to wonder, who could possibly be next? We kind of already got Jura and Hidari versus the Shinobi. The only one who really hasn't gotten any action is Bug, but Bug would have to be in the village so that he could confront Ada and Damon. It just, it makes you wonder, like, who are the next Shinju to, like, join the battle or, like, jump in and help out? Like, what is their next objective going to be? And it's kind of interesting to think about it because everybody has, like, their personal objective or, like, who they're essentially trying to devour, right? And then obviously there's Boruto and Kawaki, but you have to kind of think in your brain a little bit, like, in order to meet these people, in order to see these people or, like, have access to them, they have to meet them where they are. And Ada has never left, she hasn't left the Hidden Leaf Village in over 3 years. So it's unlikely that she's going to be joining or leaving the safety of that place. Not to mention Himawari is also in the Hidden Leaf Village. So Jura would have to go in there, invade them, take Himawari, which isn't out of the question, but I just don't feel like that's where they're going next after this chapter. Chapter 20, I think, is going to obviously still focus on Ryu and Matsuri a little bit more, but we have to kind of see, what comes after that? Who's next? What is the next mission or the next step to kind of like facing them or fighting against them, And I think out of all of the Shinju who have gotten some action or, like, have gone to fight, Bug is the only one who we haven't really seen do much of anything or confront the people that they want to devour. Jura confronted Himawari, or like he was after Naruto. Hidari saw Sarada. Matsuri she just saw Konohamaru right now. Ryu and Bug haven't really seen Gaara or Ada in the flesh. So I feel like that will probably be the next step. But we don't know what happens with Ryu right now with Gaara. Maybe Ryu succeeds, right? Like, I don't know what that confrontation would look like. But it is interesting to think about, like, who's next and what kind of emotions or feelings would they have afterwards or would come later on, right? Or kind of like what does it look like for them to continue to fight or to try to fulfill their needs, So I definitely think at the top of the list of the Shinju to, like, get some more time or, like, figure out all they can do is Bug, and then possibly Ryu some more. Even though we already got a pretty basic idea of what Ryu can do, we still haven't seen him confront Gaara one-on-one. Then I would say Hidari again, because Hidari was more action and then he got kind of blown up. Like, I want him back in action. And then Matsuri and then Jura again. Yeah, something like that. Just because right now, I guess chapter 20 will give us the kind of feeling or the satisfaction or the confrontation that we kind of expect or we want from all of the Shinju when they meet who they're, like, trying to devour or want to devour. So we'll have to see how that goes. But overall, I think Bug will be the top Shinju to go after all of this. After all of this kind of, like, fades out or dies out, it's going to be Bug who kind of goes after what he wants or, like, fights to get that or gets to be a part of the battle as a whole. Or there could be the chance that we get a new Shinju and they go in a whole different direction, right? Like, that's definitely a possibility. It's always a possibility for them to, like, do something else or go towards something else or find a new objective. Their curiosity will take them where they want to go. And I'm really excited to see where they go next, right? Because right now it's obviously to catch Kashin Koji and Boruto, but it could go in any number of directions and they can do anything individually or as a team. So right now we're seeing Ryu and Matsuri fighting or, like, doing their own thing. Even though they're in the same place, Ryu is fighting on his own and Matsuri's fighting on her own. They're not working together like how we saw them when they kind of confronted Boruto and whatnot. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of devastation they can cause if they work together. But until then, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe it won't be until like probably chapter 30 we see them like all fight together as a team or do something else. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. Yeah.